Welcome back to the channel. It's BR2 and today we have the brand new Ethos Hybrid. This is the second Ethos in the line, right behind the Ethos Pearl. Same thing, this one's symmetrical. They have the same core. This one's a dull hybrid, not very shiny like some of the other hybrids to come out recently. With that being said, it has a little bit stronger cover stock. I find this ball being a little higher up in the bag when it comes to strength. But either way, I've used it a couple shots at league. I've liked it so far. It's got a very cool pearl gray black color scheme here. I got a nice pour on this ball, but we'll throw some shots with it, get a kind of idea how this ball reacts, and yeah, let's get into it. Here's a close-up on the ball, kind of get a better idea of those colors. So far, I've been a fan of the ball. Like I said, it's definitely a stronger ball in my bag. It's a little under that extreme envy, or the pure envy, that was released not that long ago if you check out that video. But we're going to stand on about 30, aim for third arrow. I don't think the lanes have been oiled since Friday. It's Tuesday afternoon. Let's hope we have something out there to bowl on. Haven't really bowled on lane 10 yet, so just throw for a shot, get a read. So right there, I noticed already that the ball is pretty slow. If you go to my TikTok, BR2Ans, and check out one of my latest videos, I was throwing this ball and it was a whole lot faster on fresh. So that's going to tell me right now there's a lot of oil pushed down, that this ball had a hard time getting out of the spot there. So about 2 boards right here. We'll move my target about a board right to. Try to get it, find friction if there's friction. There we go. So already just bowling on this super burnt lane. We're going to have to play way outside with this ball, where at league I was a whole lot more in. I played like third arrow, throwing it not as far out, and I was getting about the same reaction. Shout out Brian for giving me the wildest look walking in as I'm recording my video. Anyways, we're going to throw the same shot here and try to get a similar reaction. Ooh, got a little bit of that double hook there. I don't know if you could see that in that video, but the ball was hooking about, I don't know, 40 feet down the lane, a little closer, 30, 40 feet down the lane. Then it stopped and it hooked again. So that's never a good sign, but we'll keep moving around, see what we can do with the ball. Hey, we can shoot 9 pins with it. So another board right move. I'm going to put a little more on it. Try to, whatever I hit there in the lane that caused it to flip and stop, try to miss that a little. But so far we're in the pocket with it. Ooh. I'll apologize ahead of time too. If you just watched the No Doubt video and you're watching this one now, or any of the other reviews, you will probably notice there's been a big difference in my whole approach and my stance. Making a lot of big changes right now, but still getting the reviews out. So if I throw a couple bad shots here, give me a little forgiveness. Oh boy. So my mark was a little inside, and I think that ball's stronger than what it's showing me right now, because that ball's just going way longer than I really expected it to, seeing that I've thrown it already. It's going a lot farther, and it's super slow off the bat. I think if we're bowling on something fresh, we're going to have a lot more. It's going to grab, not necessarily snap like a pearl, but that ball's going to grab, hook a little earlier, and really drive into the pins. Or here, it just seems really weak. Plan here is I'm actually moving 2 boards left, and we're going to get a little more around it, force it to come off that spot a little harder. I think that'll give us a little better look. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a little inside though. There, pretty dead straight, but for everyone out there that doesn't quite understand what I said, what I'm doing there, all I'm doing, instead of my normal throw, I'm just spinning the ball a little more, so that instead of grabbing where it wants to. I'm forcing it to skip past that part and then hook, so all that energy is getting saved into the back. That's still the ball doing it. I mean, it's not like I could take any ball and just force it to hook wherever. The ball is still capable of that, what's making it a good ball. But that's just a change I did with my hand that you might not understand compared to just moving my feet left or right. There's a good shot. Yeah. Again, that is just slow off the spot because there's so much push down out there. But I think if we're bowling on fresh, that probably would have shot over across the head pin. So I think it's a lot stronger than we're being shown. But just from this review, you can see that we're still kind of fighting through that oil. Even though truthfully, out of the 5 balls that just got released, this is probably the 3rd strongest. That Zigzag Solid and that other blue one that came out, those are probably stronger yet than this. So hopefully if we get the reviews done out on this, you'll get a better idea of how the oil's playing. Ooh. Oh boy. There we go. That shot there, along with the last one I had, that was a pretty true motion to what this ball has. Like I said, check out my TikTok or Instagram, same as the YouTube channel. I've been throwing this ball a little bit. You can really see what it looks like. For those last 2 shots, those are pretty close to what this ball normally does out there. It's starting to give us that true look. So I don't know if we manipulated the lane enough to, if this ball set itself up to be better just by throwing a half a game with it or what. But this ball's starting to look a lot more true to what I think this ball should be doing. There we go. There we go. That should be good. There we go. So one thing I find surprising about this ball is, as you saw those last 2 shots I had on there, I could really force this ball to go down lane and still dig. And it really creates a motion that I've quite found to like in my game. But I can really manipulate that motion that this ball has. What is kind of interesting, because the Ethos Pearl before this, I wasn't a big fan of that ball. I couldn't really make it do what I wanted. It kind of, when I threw the ball, it was doing this and that's all it would do. With sharing the same core, I think this cover stock combo that's on, it's really good and it's really upgraded this ball. Because clearly, as you've seen, I've thrown in 4 different parts of this lane this video, and I could consistently strike in all 4. So this ball gives me a lot of versatility in what I can do with this ball. I think there's like a huge margin for what I can do with it. What is really good when you put it in the hands of a league bowler or not at a professional level, whatever, because if you play a little deeper, you could throw this ball and still get that motion. You play a little straighter, you can still get this ball to do what you want. 2-handers, this ball in the middle of the lane a little earlier because it does have that dull cover stock. You can make the ball hook there, or you can get that ball to go a little farther down lane and turn like I just did these last 2 shots. So I think that really says something about this ball, that amount of versatility. Even on this horribly oiled lane, throwing bad shots, I can make this ball do all sorts of different things. And that's really a good kind of ball to have in your bag, because when you're bowling game 1 on maybe a little bit less oil pattern, you can make this ball work. Or later on, you can just little hand changement, change the placement. You can get this ball to do more and you can play with it longer, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a lot of bowling balls. That's a good ball to have because you don't have to switch balls every 7 frames, because this ball can do more and it can do it all, you could say. So that's definitely a good thing that I've liked about this ball, is it has versatility. Not an insane amount of balls out there that you can do an insane amount with. And I don't think this ball is exactly throw it your first frame through your last frame of anything. You can do whatever you want with this ball. It definitely has its limits, but just throwing it right now, I can definitely see the differences of motion this ball can make just playing with it a little. And that, I would say, gives it a lot of versatility. But anyways, now that we got the ball back in our hands, I just did give a spiel on how much I like this ball, the versatility we can have with it. But I'd still like to do that little segment where, does it go in my tournament or my league bag? For me, the Ethos, This one's hard. This is, like I said, it's a little strong, and I'm a higher rev rate player. I got a little more speed, so I tend not to need as strong balls. But yeah, I would probably put this in my league bag. It would be on the very top, just because I don't normally need super strong bowling balls. In 3 games, there's never usually enough oil out there. But honestly, I would still probably put it there, put it in the top of the bag. Like I said, it's close to that Pure Envy I reviewed. It's definitely weaker than like the Mesmerize and some of those real strong balls. Of course, it's symmetric. But yeah, it could probably fit into that league bag if I put it at the top, just in case I came one day and I fought a little more oil. Tournament bag, yeah. I mean, like I said, I gave the whole spiel about how this ball creates a lot of versatility. I'm definitely taking it with me to tournaments. This weekend, big tournament out in Wausau, if you're familiar. Definitely going there. Probably be throwing it quite a bit because this is going to give me a lot of versatility on those lanes. Those lanes are a little faster in the back end, so this ball I think will be a big staple of my game this coming weekend. But yeah, definitely going in that tournament bag. Not at the top, but not in the middle, you know, that in-between realm. It's going to go under the Pure Envy, above like the Sensor, the Cypher, those kind of balls. So that's where I would put it in a bag. Hook-wise, oh boy, I'm not even showing you the logo. Hook-wise, I'd put it at like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's not super strong. It's not super weak. It's a little more strong than the middle of the road. When it comes to back end, it definitely has that back end motion that you get out of like pearls. But being hybrid, of course, it's probably going to have, you know, it's hybrid, a little bit of both. So you definitely have that back end motion and that earlier read because of the dull cover stock. So yeah, I would definitely put it in both bags. If you're slower rev, higher rev, a lot of people I think can definitely use this ball. It'll be a good ball for a lot of people just because of the differences of things you can do. And if you want a ball, you can pre-order it right now at Team Brand Pro Shop. Come talk to us. We can get it down. Second it releases, we can get you one. Or you can go online and get them. Anyways, follow the channel. Subscribe to it if you could. Really helps. We'll get more reviews out soon. And until next time.